Buddy Rootz Podkast, episode number 6. Glad to have you guys again. This should be an interesting one, just classic old Hector and Jose. And I have actually kind of want to change my name to something.
What do you want to change it to, dude?
I want to change it to Urban Cowboy.
Okay.
Have you seen that movie or no?
Urban Cowboy with John Travolta.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, dude. My dad makes fun of me because there's a guy in that scene, like a bar scene, that he has hair all the way on his shoulders.
Oh, shit.
And he's like, "Hey, Hector, that's you right there."
Yeah, he's our relative, dude. Godinez trait. Everyone has fucking hair everywhere.
Hey,
even in the gooch.
It's not easy being hairy sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is pretty nice.
Yeah, you get to comb your little chest hairs and everything, huh?
Yeah, my chesticles.
That's pretty cool. Oh, nice. Yeah, dude. I guess in Urban Cowboy, John Travolta's actually an insulator in the refinery, bro. So like, literally, I was talking about it with this guy yesterday in the refinery, and more like this morning, and he's like, I was telling him that I kind of wanted. I don't really like. For the podcast, the name Jose, I don't know, bro. I already have a hard time accepting my name as it is. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but I just kind of I've always been a fan of nicknames.
I feel like because your name is it's too common.
It is. It's super common, bro. Like I work in the refinery, and so right now we're all using radios and shit. So dude, there's this company that is straight from Texas, bro. So, and it's got like a whole militia of Mexicans. So like literally I'll hear on the radio, "Oh, come in Jose. And I'm like, "Yeah, go for Jose. And no one answers me. And I'm like, "Hey, go for Jose. Jose, I'm here." And then like 10 more Jose's answer. And it's like, oh shit, dude. Like it fucking sucks, bro. I'm like, man, my parents could have been a little, I don't know, at least Joseph or something. I don't know, dude. Like Jose, I get it. My grandpa, rest in peace, and for my dad too, I guess. But I think it was more for my grandpa. And so I'm like, and I've always liked nicknames too.
Your grandpa's name was Jose.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, dude, yeah, man. My grandpa's name was Jose. That's actually why they named me after my grandpa. So I had to take some sort of honor in that. You know what I'm saying? And then my middle name Noel is after my uncle Noel. So. But regardless though, dude, I don't know. I kind of always like the nickname shit, you know what I'm saying? I actually thought about I was on serious, like, dude, I kind of want to go by Billy the Butcher from Gangs of New York. That dude's he's just such a fucking gangster, bro. I thought he was
Gangs
so dope.
of New York. That's
with Leo DiCaprio.
It's a movie?
Yeah, dude.
I never watched it.
Dude.
It's like based in the 20s or some shit, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so dude, like, you have to watch Gangs of New York. It is one of Leo's must-watch list for sure.
Wow.
It's
because
so
I've
badass.
seen so many Leonardo DiCaprio movies, but that's one that I still haven't.
Dude, that's probably one of his best ones. It's a classic, 100%. Instantly, the moment you watch it, you're like, okay, this movie's good.
Well, dude, now that you're on the topic of classics, I think we should watch a classic video right now.
A classic video?
Yeah, we should show everybody the classic video. We always seem to bring it up during our podcast.
Okay.
Of the guy crying.
Yeah, so the first episode, I think I had a hat on, and I had like a fucking habit of, putting my hat forward, putting it back. It's just like the anxiety I have, you know what I'm saying? So it automatically took us to a video we watched. I actually watched it in Mexico. And it was funny because I remember my sister, she had gotten into like a breakup or something with one of her boyfriends, and she was like crying and all that shit. I kind of instigated that a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. And it reminded me of that guy, and that guy came up on YouTube, so I started watching it, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? It reminded me of my sister. And put it on so people know what the fuck. That guy,
Yeah, I think everybody has gone through this, so just want to share it with you guys.
But babe, I'm sorry. You know how hard this is for me? Why you just gonna leave me like that? What'd I do to you? Fucking love you. I know people tell me that I deserve better, but I don't
People
want
tell me.
nobody else. I want you. You're all I want, babe.
I fucking love you.
Please, babe. Please.
Oh my god, dude.
I like how you pointed out the poster in the back.
Yeah, dude, it looks like his little sister
Fucking
made it
love
for
you.
him or something.
Fucking love you, babe. Fucking love you. Look.
Oh my god.
Hey, teddy bear. Please, babe. Please don't fucking leave me like that. Please.
Dude, I wonder if the chick saw this video and she's like,
Just trust
all
me,
right,
babe.
dude,
Trust
I'm not
me.
getting
I'm
back
gonna
with this
change.
dude, and I'm totally posting this on
This time for
YouTube.
real.
Yeah, I wonder if it was
It's on my
her.
mama.
Yeah, she's like, fuck this
Or
guy.
one
this
of her older brothers or some shit.
He's-
Hey, look what this pussy
Fucking
said.
Love you.
You hear his mom in the background like, hey, ven, ayúdame a hacer los tamales.
Ya para de chillar.
There you go.
He flipped the hat.
Babe, come
He's like,
back,
nah, you know what? I need to
please.
keep it swagger, baby.
Fucking love you.
Oh my god.
I love you, babe. You're the only girl I love. You're the only girl I truly love. You're the only girl I cried for. I fucking love you. I don't deserve this. But please come back, babe. Please. Please.
Yeah, there you go. Did you get her back?
Fuck.
No idea.
Fuck, dude. That's tough.
Yeah, he must have never recovered.
Being in love.
Oh man. Did you ever have one of those moments or no?
Of course, dude. I remember.
Well, do you call her and say like, I fucking love you, babe?
No,
Please don't leave
I
me,
don't think it
babe."
was. It's not that. Not like him. He did like a full. It was like a public service announcement.
Yeah, like he orchestrated this.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna cry in this fashion, and I'm gonna, like, fuck with the pitch of my voice.
Make a
and
poster. Wear my hat. Have a teddy bear.
dude, you know what? He looks like a little swag fag too. I'm sure he had like a whole bunch of hats, and he's like, which one am I gonna cry with? And he just thought the Los Angeles one, the most paisa one ever. Fucking guy, dude.
No, dude. I remember one time. Yeah, I think of when I was in high school or something, and I broke up with my girlfriend, and I was crying in the car. I was like, we went to I had a soccer game or some shit, and a song came on in the car. I was fucking crying, and it was it wasn't even a song that like you cry to, you know?
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
dude, that's what happens. Like when you're with somebody for a long time, and then it ends.
Yeah.
It's like you get that emotion has to come out. And I just remember my parents were kind of like smirking, like, dude, like what the fuck? Control yourself.
I'm like, okay, dude, you're like 10 years old. Dude. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, yeah, no, dude, love hurts.
I know. It's funny because I remember like one of the first girlfriends I had and shit, I thought it was like, a big deal and all that shit, And I remember I thought I was all in love with her and shit. I thought I liked the girl and shit. I was just a fucking little kid, right? Dude, this little girl was like the biggest hoe in the fucking school. She used to send like pictures to everybody and then my dumbass, I was all gullible and shit. And then when I found out, like, when I really like came to a realization like what a little hoe she was, I'm like, oh, fuck this chick, like whatever. So I broke up with her despite her being a little hoe. She was whoring around with everybody. And she started crying to me.
She
like,
wasn't expecting that.
yeah. So when I broke up with her, I was like kind of like disgusted. Like, I don't want to be with you anymore. It did fucking like it.
It hurt you.
I don't think it broke my heart. I think it shattered my ego. Cause I thought I was the shit. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was the shit growing up. So I think that was a huge attack to my ego. And then my ego was like, no, bro, this ain't going. So right away I'm like, all right, I'm breaking up with this little bitch tomorrow. So we're outside of the playground and shit, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be with you. I heard about all the shit you done, and fuck that. That's nasty. So, dude, chick was crying, dude, and she was like crying like all hysterical, dude. She was like, ooh, like, like God, like if there was anything she could have done to possibly get me back, was not cry. She looked so ugly crying. I'm sorry. I'm like, oh my God, dude, like it fucking disgusted me. I'm like, no. She's all crying. Her little fucking friends are hugging her and shit. Like if she was a victim of assault or something. Like, dude, get the
Hey.
fuck out of here, bro.
Got a taste of her own medicine. She was messing around.
She sure did, man. Yeah, that was funny shit, dude. I'm like, goddamn. Like,
It's funny though, like, and like and it's men and women. They sometimes, when they do shit like that in a relationship, they're like, oh, it's like it's normal to them.
Yeah.
And then the other person retaliates or
And it's
gives them the taste of their own
yeah.
medicine. They're like, oh fuck.
I know, dude. And I like I brought this up with my wife. I'm like, you know what, dude? I'm like, if I cheated or whatever, and you forgave me or some shit like that, like that's on you, buddy. I'm like, I learned my lesson. I will never cheat on you, or I won't do anything like that. I promise. I'm gonna be good to you for the rest of our lives. But if you ever fuck with me, that's it. I can't do it.
Me either. I'm the same way.
And I'm
I
like,
told my wife the same thing. I mean, I'll be with you forever. But if you ever cheat on me, I'm out.
yeah, I know. I was like, I'm good to you. You know,
Yeah.
don't worry about it. It's not gonna happen. But you know, if you wanted to forgive me, like, dude, that's really on you. I will not forgive you. I'll have no mercy on your ass. And she's just like, really, dude? I'm like, don't get suspicious on me now, because then I really fucking leave your ass. But yeah, dude, I feel like, I don't know, dude. It's just something about, you know. And I had a full blown argument the other day that you came through, with my sister-in-law, dude.
Oh wow.
We argued for like fucking 2 hours. My mother-in-law wanted to slap me in the face, and her, dude. We were arguing because and I know a lot of people find this controversial, right? So my argument was like, dude, I feel like the woman should automatically have more control than the man, and I wish to
Should
God
have more control. You said.
yes,
Yeah.
and now I wish to God that the men would have as much control as the woman, but I feel like through history, through the course of history, from the earliest of times of mankind, I feel like women have always just been more composed. They've been more selective over one man. And men, unfortunately, have been kind of around more. Now, I'm not agreeing to that. I think the man should be loyal, because I believe in, so like my virtue is like, be fair, and that's about it. Be fucking fair, dude. If you're fair, you can always live in peace knowing that you did your part. And this applies for everything.
Yeah.
So like, if my wife is loyal to me, then I'm loyal to her, and it just works both ways. So I always agree with that. But unfortunately, not the rest of the men population agree with that. You know, a lot of men are fucking dogs. So this whole generation right now is coming out with the music and all that shit, like the reggaeton and all that, the fucking rap. They're preaching like females can be whores just like men can be man whores. And you know what, dude? I'm thinking like, like ladies, please do not fight fire with fire. If the man is a whore, find yourself a good man.
Correct.
And stay a good woman. Because now you're trying to justify that you should just be a whore because this man did you wrong. But they don't realize, like, I feel like a woman is literally the last hope of mankind.
Dude. Like,
my opinion, honestly.
When you tell me like things like this, because I'm obviously not up to date with new culture and stuff like that. I know it's really wild and on both sides, men and women, but yet that, like, I feel like nowadays it's a little bit harder, I'm sure, for guys, especially a guy that has more like old school values.
Yes.
Harder to find a girl that has the same values. I might be wrong.
No, you're not wrong
that,
at all.
but I feel like less, like, as we keep going, there's less and less. Mainly, I think more on all cultures, but a lot in the Latino, I feel like they're losing that.
Yes.
And it's a tough one, dude, because I feel like there is a lot of, obviously there's been a lot of machismo in all the generations, like especially for Latinos.
Yes.
But I feel like the excuse shouldn't just be that. And I think, like you said, this music is putting off the wrong message.
Yeah. So
and empowering for the wrong things, like there's no value in being a whore. Yeah.
Exactly. For either one.
Yeah.
But I feel that a woman should be even more look, I'm not saying that a man shouldn't, but I'm just saying that the way I look at a woman is like they're They're divine. They have a divine power, dude. They give birth to children. They raise children. The children look up to the mom. Dude, imagine like your dad fucked around. You get disappointed. How would you feel if your mom fucked around? Dude, you feel like your world has just been flipped upside down. I'm telling you right now, it hurts more for a mom to fuck around than for a dad to fuck around. I'm telling you right now, like your mom, dude. When you think of your mom, you think of like
you have your mother on a pedestal.
yeah,
like
you think they're holiness. They're an angel. You know what I'm saying? So how would you feel that someone with that you view with such angelic views, they've been tampering with the devil? It really just kind of, dude, I don't know, it puts you in a jam like
but yeah, and dude, it's so difficult too because but I get what you're saying, where you're coming from, like when it comes to in that aspect, like the infidelity or like cheating, like obviously multiple people and stuff like that. That's different. But like sometimes, yeah, it's hard when you're talking in the sense of like parents raising a child because those parents have their differences with each other.
Yes.
Like, there's like a dynamic, and if that dynamic is not good, obviously it's gonna trickle down.
And I feel like our argument went back and forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, why does a male have to be because I'm like, okay. So I'm telling you, feminism is getting pushed at all fucking limits. And it's so fucking annoying, dude. It's so annoying because I'm like, when shit hits the fan, when you got to go do hard labor, when you got to do this, when you got to do that feminism, buddy, I'm telling you right now, it ain't there. I work with girls and I respect them 100% for wanting to try it and being tough enough to try it. But I'm telling you right now that if a woman had to do exactly the same that was expected of a man for a woman, like, dude, I'm telling you right now, they're fucked. They're fucked, dude. It's so tough. Even for me, like yesterday, I was like freezing cold. I'm like, fuck, dude. I'm like just counting the minutes. I'm like, fuck. It's cold. And the woman they get relieved and shit. They go to the truck, they warm up, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, I could probably do it too, but I guess like I do it as more like an honor thing, and I love the glory of it. I just want to stick it through, and I feel better about myself. I feed my ego, I guess.
You learn to take like pain and suffering and view it as a good thing, that you're actually resilient and you're able to fucking push through.
Yes,
it. That David Goggins guy, dude.
Yeah,
like his mentality is the same thing as like, I know this shit sucks, but right now I'm gonna live in this pain.
Oh, dude, the other day I had to climb a fucking it was maybe anywhere from 140 to 160 feet tower, and you're climbing on a fucking ladder, dude. And so like, dude, I had just ate like, let me see, what the fuck did I eat? I ate like a big ass bowl of potato soup, and I had like a bunch of snacks, and I had a Red Bull. Dude, I had like over like fucking 2,000 calories. Dude, I'm like climbing, and I'm like, fuck, dude. I felt the heaviest fucking like, dude. I'm like, if I fall, like fuck, dude. You know what I'm saying?
You're done.
Yeah, I'm done. And they sent me because it was cold as fuck that night. It was windy as fuck, and it was all the way up top in the tower, the highest. People look like ants from the bottom. So I'm like, Jesus Christ, and that's where that kicks in, is that a male automatically will be presumed to take that job because of his obvious capabilities. Now my sister-in-law's argument is like, well, who the fuck told you to get that job, buddy? And I'm like, well, I got this job because it's good money. It's good money. It's better money than a lot of people that I know.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, so I do it for that reason. And I'm like, and I push every man to try to get the best they can to provide better for their family.
Yeah, you're not doing it 100% because like, oh, this is what I completely love. No,
it's what's presented as
a
me.
means. Yeah, as a means of getting income,
dude.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how scary it is. I'm terrified of heights, and I've said this before. I'm absolutely terrified of fucking heights, and my first day at the job, I told my cousin was the one that got me in, right? He's like, hey, dude, you want to work in a refinery? I'm like, what the fuck is a refinery, dude? He's like, you're going to be insulating pipes. You're going to be doing this. And he's all like, I remember he was new too, right? So he was like all excited and explained to me the job and shit. I mean, he explained to me for like an hour.
But he sold you.
Dude, I didn't even understand what he said. I didn't get nothing out of his explanation. All he told me was it's $18 an hour. I'm like, sold. Let's do it, baby. I remember I had an interview with Food for Less, and I actually got the job at Food for Less. So, dude, check this out. So,
and how much were they offering you at?
Like $12, $11, some shit like that.
No, 18, dude.
So, yeah, no, dude. So check this out. So I went to Food for Less. I was already at orientation, and my cousin called me and said, hey, dude, you want to work at a refinery? You got to let me know right now, because, dude, this is how it works at a refinery. It's literally like a virtual Home Depot. So, like, literally, like, what happens is someone will hit you up like, hey, you need a job? And you'll be like, yeah, I'm down. Where at? Oh, it's at this location, whatever, with this company. Yeah, I'm down. Okay, send me your social, send me your name, send me your birthday, and I'll get you in.
Holy crap.
Like that, dude. Dude, you'll be in. No interviews, nothing. You're in the next day, buddy. So I was already in orientation for Food for Less, right? And my cousin's like, hey, bro. He's like, you wanna work in a refinery? And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be with you, right? He's like, nah, bro, you're gonna be by yourself. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, and then he's like, yeah, but don't worry, you're gonna get $18 an hour. I was like, dude, my eyes, they fucking glowed, bro. I was still in was I in high? Yeah, I think I was still in high school, dude. I was in high school. I was a senior year. I had 3 months left to graduate. So I'm like, fuck. But, I already had a daughter, so I'm like, fuck, I got to provide for my daughter. My dad's buying the diapers and shit. So I kind of felt pressured into it, I guess. And then my cousin, I seen him balling, and he took me to the mall, bought me food, and I'm like, man, I want to be like that. Fuck this shit.
You're like, I want to have money.
He filled my gas tank, dude. I'm like, fuck this, dude. So when he said, yeah, do I want a job there? I'm like, yes. He's like, how much? I'm like, how much, dude? And he's like, $18 an hour. I'm like, all right, let's do it. Dude, so right away, I was at Food for Less. I finished orientation. I got paid for it, obviously. I called the guy. I was like, yo, I want the job. He's like, yeah, you want it? He's like, yeah, I fucking want it. He's like, have you ever done this before? I'm like, no. He's like, it's okay. You're going to be a laborer. You're going to start off basically everyone's bitch. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So I go in there, dude. Dude, I'm telling you right now, bro. When you first go in a refinery, it is the scariest thing ever. Everyone's in jumpsuits. Everyone's in jumpsuits. Like, you're eating like in a cafeteria, like with a bunch of fucking dudes, and everyone just like looks all rugged, and they've been through some shit. And there I was, a young 18-year-old playing Xbox the day before, going with all these men and shit. And then they sent me to go do scaffolding, and I don't know what the fuck it was, dude. They had me in chinga. I'm like working, and that was it, dude. I never left after that.
And at that job, was there any like there was no training, right? Like they just kind of threw you into the fire?
They threw you in the fire, and the training was you get talked to like if you were in boot camp. I've emphasized this before. And
so you just over time you just pick up how to do everything, and just,
dude, it's not even over time. They expect you to learn. So like
right away.
So scaffolding, like, Mexicans, I gotta give them props, dude. We're very innovative. So they incorporated their way of working that will make it work for whatever they gotta do. So for scaffolding, for example, what they do is they have a bunch of hand signals that represent the object that they require to build a scaffold. So like a fucking right angle clamp, they call it a perro, an animal. So it goes like, they go like this. It's like un perro. A swivel clamp, they call it a swivel. It's just that kind of Spanglish, right? And tablas, you go like this, and they have like hand signals, and you go like this, and they call there's the one thing they call panocha. Like, bro, I'm telling you, bro, it's like it's literally a world within itself. It's a whole other language.
Slang.
It's got some slang, and then each craft you do is a whole new world you're tapping into. So I've already experienced like 3 crafts. I've experienced scaffolding, well, actually 4. I've experienced scaffolding. I've experienced asbestos abatement. I've experienced insulation, and I've experienced millwright.
And now I have asked you this question before: were you wearing a mask at any time during these?
Only asbestos.
Oh, okay.
So
At least through that, dude.
yeah, but check this out, dude. So refineries, dude.
Cancer, man. That's cancer right there. Yeah.
You know, I told you, I said, you know what, dude, like, be ready for it. I'm probably gonna get cancer. You know, it is what it is. Hopefully I don't, but you know, it's very likely. Refineries, dude. I swear to God, like I've been in some spots, dude. Like the guys that are supposed to be doing asbestos abatement. I mean, asbestos abatement, dude, is literally containing a job of asbestos correctly to where no fiber. I mean, asbestos could be like the tiniest fucking fiber, and it'll float around for 76 hours if it's dry. And dude, if you don't contain it, if you don't, so with asbestos, you're supposed to keep it wet at all times. You're supposed to keep it wet as you're knocking it down, and then right away as you're knocking it down, dip it into a bag. And when you dip that bag, there's actually a way you're supposed to tie the bag.
And I'm pretty sure, I doubt that everybody does it to code.
Oh, dude, that's the problem.
Some motherfuckers are just taking it down and it's just.
So I work with Mexicans. That's who I've worked with most of the time, right? So hardest working people, I'll give you that, right? One of the hardest working people for sure. The only problem is they take work more serious than their life sometimes. So when that happens, they put aside all precautions that are set in place, you know,
Just to get the job done faster.
to get the job done faster. So like I said, there's supposed to be a right enclosure, like where everything is trapped in. You're wetting everything down, and you're, you know, putting everything, you're bagging everything up, so that the chance of fibers floating in the air are minimum. Dude, I'm telling you right now, like there was a time there where like the we were in a scaffold, and it was we did the enclosure, and it was all right. The enclosure, I don't feel like it was that great. It was like seams here and there and shit because it could escape. So this shit got so filled with water, it bursted open. So, dude, all that water, you know what's inside that water? Is watered down fibers of asbestos. And we were 60 feet in the air. So all that water just fell down to the ground. So, dude, so what I'm trying to get at with that is that whole refinery, once that shit dried up, was going to be infested with fibers. Because as soon as they dried up, those fibers just fucking roam in the air. So now they're in the nearest neighborhoods and all that shit. It's fucked up, dude. I wish people took it more serious. And that's when I said, fuck this, I'm not doing this job. I was like, they don't take this shit serious enough.
It's
I'm
sad,
like,
dude.
I'm not doing it. And you're actually the safest spot when you're doing that. Because you're suited up. You got your Tyvek suit, you got your fucking your face mask. It sucked though. It was like 30-degree weathers that day. 30-degree weather. It was raining, and all you have to wear is a Tyvek suit and a thin ass coverall. So, dude, it was raining, cold as fuck, dude.
You don't think to have like Under Armour shit or anything like that?
Dude, so check this out. When you do asbestos, they have something called a decon. So once a garment goes in there and it gets exposed to asbestos, that's never coming out of there again. So no one's gonna pay $200 for a warm ass suit just to leave it there for some other asshole to use it.
Fuck, dude.
So yeah, everyone will bite the bullet and just be like, fuck it. I'm going in with a Tyvek and a coverall. And you can't have anything underneath. You have to have paper underwear. They give you like a paper underwear. And dude, it sucks, dude. I remember I was cramping up. I couldn't move. I was cold. And we worked 16 hours. The fucking guy only gave us one break of 30 minutes for 16 hours. Yeah, dude. Dude, I'm telling you, like, there's a lot of exploitation, bro. Not every spot. There's a lot of great foremen.
No, but that's, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, you go through a lot of bullshit.
16-hour day for a 30-minute lunch break.
And I guess what I want to get at is I wish my sister-in-law and other women that think, you see, she said, why do you choose that job? And this sounds super corny, but I was discussing it with my coworker yesterday. I didn't choose this job. This job chose me. You need people to do this. You see, it's such an act of being ungrateful even saying that. You need people that are electricians. You need people that are plumbers. You need people that are construction workers. You need refinery workers. Yeah. Otherwise, you wouldn't have your fucking gas for your fucking little fucking Volkswagen. You know what I'm saying? And they think it's so easy to just say, like, no one told them to go there. Like, no, dude. Like, the men that decide that they can put up with that shit, like, kudos to you guys, because it's tough. And there's motherfuckers been doing it for 40, 50 years. And they're still hitting it, you know? Yeah. And there's so much respect for them. Because I'm telling you right now, dude, it is. And it's gotten better. Like, they tell me stories that it used to, like, These guys used to work 3 months straight, no days off. Right now, I'm like going on 2 weeks, no days off. And I've only had like, in the last month and a half, I've only had like 2 days off. And I'm grateful about that I had 2 days off. And these guys, they've gone like 2-3 months with no days off back then. So, dude, I'm telling you, this
It
industry
makes you realize, because I mean,
is
people-
blood and sweat.
yeah, dude, and it's, yeah, we have to be, I guess, thankful for the situations we're in, no matter what. Because, like, I might have times where I'm like, fuck, man, I wish I made more money. But then I think about your situation, like, you're making more than me, but you're fucking,
Yeah,
you
it
have no
sucks.
life, dude.
I have no life.
You have no life.
So, like, you know, like, I'm gonna work Saturday, Sunday. There's times where it's slow and we just do 40 hours, and that's like the best. I spend time with my family and all that. And then there's times where, like, you know, my wife be like, "Hey, why don't you just miss today? Why don't you just say you're sick?" I'm like, it doesn't work that way, dude.
They'll use that as like, okay, he missed this many.
All right, he's not signed up for next time. Yeah, dude, it's like that,
Be like,
buddy.
unreliable.
Yes.
Yeah, next guy.
You
yeah.
might have bust your ass, and you know, I get it, bro. It's just a cutthroat environment, and everyone has to be on par.
But you do have to have your days where you're like, you know what, I really need.
Like, I feel like, and I'm telling you this, cutie, this is where you're right about David Goggins, and David Goggins is right. If you give yourself that way out, the way out is there. If you give yourself no option, you're going through a dark tunnel, and that's it. You learn to live with it. If you learn to suffer, you will be in a better place. If you are avoiding suffering, you're fucked. That's just the truth.
Yeah.
That's why, you know, I told you before, like, if you get a job with a shit schedule and you're going to get good money and your family's going to be well off, because I'm telling you right now, dude, right now you have the liberty. But when you have kids, you don't.
Yeah.
And regardless, you're going to choose what you have to choose. So I've always said it, dude, like, that's what life is, dude. We weren't born rich. We have to sacrifice. So it just is what it is, dude. You know, we have to do what we have to do. If you get blessed with a great job and, you know, you thank God, dude, you had the determination, the will to go to school and, you know, try to have a better life. And you have your challenges too. Studying is no joke. It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
Dude.
I used to fall asleep trying to study. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't until I went through all this hardship that I started studying in you know, at my job, that I actually learned to kind of do it better, because I'm in real life now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm seeing like, oh shit, studying is necessary. It would have helped me a long time ago.
Yep.
So, you know, I guess what I want to say to feminists is, like, everyone has a spot in this world. And I feel like a woman is the best person to raise their children in most situations. Because I know right now, like, you know, the tables are turning in a lot of ways. I'm not really for that. But I can see that sometimes the mother will kind of raise the kids on their own.
Yeah, and you see it, and there's examples, yeah, even in my family where, say like somebody gets separates from the person they were with, and they have children, and the mom took over and had to be single and raise the kids and stuff like that, and they got ahead. They did it without the fucking piece of shit asshole in their life.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, either side can do it, and I think, yeah, that's good. Like, those are good examples of, I guess, female, like how do you explain it? Like,
yeah, role models.
Like role models, not go around and
You see, but the thing is,
and
dude,
fuck shit up, you know?
you think those women don't wish that, like, they could just be a good mom, focus on being a good mother,
Of course.
and they have a good man to provide for them
Of course.
and protect them. Like, dude, that's what I'm trying to get at. Like,
Because I get it. Like,
that was the argument. She's saying, like, why do we need that? Why do we need that? And I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, you're so mistaken, dude. We do need that. We need the woman as the woman needs us. It's a tit for tat. You know what I'm saying? It's a reciprocating relationship. You know what I mean?
And just like, I mean, with you and your wife, that's understood. Like, she has the liberty where she can be home if she wants, or if she wants to work too, she can do that too.
So right now, I ain't gonna lie, it's a little tough.
Yeah.
I did need her help, but I'm not pushing her to work 40 hours. I'm not pushing her
I
to
know.
work a hard job or long hours. I'm like, you know what? Just make just enough to help out. But I'm not gonna push you to work all week
Exactly.
and get yourself in a Cause I told her, we talked about it. And I'm like, dude, you want to work in the refinery? I'll get you in. But I'm telling you right now, the stress you have to put up with in an environment like that, it's beyond a lot of people's ability. I'm telling you right now, like you have to deal with. Okay, so like if you're a man of respect and you don't like getting along with anyone like that, that shit's out the door. Out the door. You will get disrespected. You will get joked around with. You will deal with a lot of bullshit. And if you're a real man, you know that you have to turn the other cheek. And if you're just an aggravated person or a short-tempered person, you're gonna struggle, dude, because the world will not yield to you.
No,
You have to yield to the world. And that's where God said turn the other cheek, because if you don't learn to master that, you're gonna have a hard time, dude. And if you turn the other cheek, you're the master of your own mind. Nobody can piss you off. You can control the situation. Despite if a person is a dick to you, right? What does that matter if you learn to ignore him? What does that mean? He's being a dick, and for what? It's not affecting you. It doesn't mean anything
it's
to
just
you.
them. Yeah.
He's not hitting you. He's not touching. At work, a guy's not gonna punch you. Like your foreman's not gonna punch you if you disagree with him. I mean, it could happen, but very unlikely. At your job, or anybody's job, your manager, if they don't agree with you, what are they gonna do? Punch you for like something work related? No, dude. It's all mental.
Yeah.
If you just learn to get through that and to just ignore them, your day's still gonna end at 3:30, 4:30, whatever time you come out, and you're still gonna go home, and then you're gonna do it again the next day. And if you learn that, dude, I'm telling you, like the sky's the limit. But there are vultures out there that will feed into your confidence. They will try to fucking take over whatever piece you have and try to put some sort of conflict in you because it's fun to them. I've seen it so many times, dude. It's scary. Like those people are like literally psychologically fucked up.
Yeah,
and they feed off of
suckers,
people.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, they feed off of people's happiness. They love making people miserable, and it just makes them so much happy. Like they're like, yes, I ruined this guy's fucking day, and I had control over him. That's why power is such a scary thing. People with the wrong mentality, they get a hold of you, dude, and it's fucked up. You know.
You went on a good rant there in regards to power, dude.
Yeah, I had to get this off my chest because I've always touched base on refineries, and I never really got into depth. And I promise you, there's so much more. And I'm actually gonna be bringing in guests to our podcast that will further explain this. And I'm telling you, there's been some hardships for a lot of people. Some people have had it easier. And there will be people explaining the situation, and then you understand why a lot of people actually don't go into a refinery. A lot of people are like, "Fuck that! I'm not gonna be."
Your stories, dude. No thanks.
Yeah, no. Dude.
I'd rather deal with some asshole or some little bullshit and be in a comfy environment, than be in a fucking bullshit environment and dealing with
the refinery. Is the toughest part of my job. I feel is the psychology of it. The labor of it is tough too. It could be really tough, but I feel like the psychology of it is so let's say like you get a hard
dude, it's just like running a fucking marathon, dude. It's not even the physical, it's the mental aspect of it, because you're like, fuck, this is 26.2 miles.
Yeah.
I got to run this shit. Then once you start running, then you start to get tired, and that tiredness just starts.
And you know what, dude? I feel like so like with running, my PE teacher, in high school or grammar school, I don't know what it was. He taught us a trick, right?
Yeah.
And you can literally run indefinitely if you run if you run in a single rhythm, not fast, not too slow. You're just kind of like barely like just hopping around.
One foot after the other, dude.
Dude, you can run for hours, and we did that. I learned that technique, and I could do it. Probably now still. You'll go through a moment where your stomach starts like quenching a little bit, like feels like
Cramping,
shit.
yeah.
But you can learn to master that, right? So
it's literally it's all your mind, dude.
After that, it's your mind. It's not even that you're tired. It's that you're bored and frustrated.
You could keep moving,
and it's repetitive,
dude. It's like the thing, I've done it 2 years in a row already. It's that challenge 4x4x48 where I run 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours.
Oh shit, damn.
So I know exactly what you're saying.
Yes,
because I would have to get up every 4 hours to run 4 miles.
Damn.
And each time I run, I felt more tired and more sore.
Yeah.
And it just kept getting worse and worse. And by the end, my legs are fucking as stiff as can be, dude. Hard as fuck. And I'm still trying to run, and I'm just going. And all that I'm doing is just, okay, I'm going to get to the next stop. I'm going to get to the next stop. I'm going to get to the next light, and then keep going. That's how I like.
Yeah, you give yourself like goals.
Yeah, little
like milestones.
And that's how you keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
It's a vision, but I love that kind of thing, dude.
Well,
to me, that's how I'm able to. Sorry to interrupt.
You're good.
That's how I'm able to like. For me, I think through running, that's how I'm able to like peace. Like when it comes to hardship and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I have a harder time when it comes to work when I'm doing something I don't like. For me, that's a huge
tough
to try to like mentally put myself there, because I'm like, fuck, dude, I don't want to do this shit.
You know, and I watched like videos like inspirational men like Andrew Tate and Jordan Peterson and you know like all those guys do like and Joe Rogan. They talk about like people do like, dude, you hate your job. Like Tyson has even said this, dude. Almost everybody hates their job, dude. And even if you do something you like doing, it becomes a job, and you kind of start hating it too. Like when I was getting a lot of canvases done, I mean, it was a hobby, right? I started doing them very often. So what happens when someone asks me for the 5th Naruto painting? It's like, fuck.
You're like, I'm done with Naruto.
Yeah, I'm like, Jesus Christ. Ask for Goku or Vegeta or something. No, dude. The 5th time. I did like 5 Narutos. I've done like 5 Bad Bunnies. I'm like, Jesus.
I ask you, I want you to do a Danny Brown one for me.
Okay. I just gotta look at a picture as reference.
Like an older Danny Brown.
That's fine.
Where he has the fucked up teeth.
Yeah?
And the crazy hair.
Hell yeah. I'll definitely be good at fucking up the teeth. And that's really hard to do. It'll come out natural, buddy. But yeah, dude, I guess what I'm trying to say is that like at the end of the day, what you have to learn, it's not about what you're doing. It's about, can you be disciplined to do it? If you're disciplined, dude, the sky is the limit.
Yeah.
You will be 100% able to do the task at hand, and you will succeed, and it'll be easier for you to succeed because you're ready to take anything. If you're expecting to do something you like doing all the time, you're gonna live unhappy also. You know what I'm saying?
You have to suffer a little bit. Like what was it, last week? Man, dude, my mood fluctuates.
Yeah.
Like during the week sometimes I'll be complaining in the morning, and my wife's like, hey, dude, why the fuck are you complaining so much?
Yeah.
Like, stop complaining.
It'd be like that.
And I'm like, damn. Like I have to, like, I'll end up getting to work, and I'm like, fuck, man. The morning I was complaining, made my wife, gave her that energy, and like, dude, like, just be grateful, you know? Like,
yeah.
Try to don't get ahead of yourself. That's always my biggest thing, is I get ahead of myself, and then I fucking.
Yeah, you start thinking of all the things you gotta do, and you stress yourself out.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I feel like our family bloodline, I honestly feel like we have, like, genetically passed on to us, stress and anger issues. I mean, I've seen like my uncles, I've seen my cousins, my kids have it. I have it really bad. I have like really, really bad anger issues. Like I could be the nicest dude in the world, and I could be the meanest piece of shit.
And you just snap.
Yeah, dude. I just turn into like fucking like Satan, bro. I'm just like fucking pissed, and I hit everybody, and I just start snapping, and like, and you know, like, but you know, it happens to everybody. So like, the other day, I remember I woke up in a good mood, and my wife happened to be in a bad mood, and I'm like, okay, like strike one. I'm like, hey, babe, come on, get your shit together, fix it, you know, and it didn't seem to work. So then strike two, she did it again. I'm like, okay, dude, if you give me one more shitty attitude, this man right here will disappear, and you'll see a really mean, uglier looking person next.
Oh, God.
Yeah, dude. Strike three, boom, that's it, man. I was a dick the rest of the day. and we tried fixing it, and I'm like, no, dude, I want to be a dick now.
Yeah.
I want to be a dick. You know, the happiness I had is It's skedaddle,
It's
baby.
gone for today.
It's gone. Come again tomorrow. Come again. Yeah, dude. I'm like, fuck this, dude. I was so pissed. I want to sleep pissed. And I woke up and started the day again, and it was better. So
Yeah.
everyone needs to learn their lesson when you fuck up. You know, I stand firm with that shit, dude. You don't know what you have until you lose it. She had the happy side of me, and then she lost it.
Yeah.
And you know what, dude? And I'm not judging her as a person because it happens to her too. She wakes up in a good mood, and I just wake up as a huge fucking dick. And she'll try fixing it, and it don't work. And then I end up getting her in a bad mood.
Yeah.
And until I see that, I'm like, oh, fuck. I try fixing it. Why is human nature like that? I don't know.
Yeah, dude. It's never gonna be in perfect harmony, dude. It's real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's yin and the yang.
Yeah. You just gotta push through that shit.
Yeah, it's interesting. The psychology of a human being is just fucking.
Dude,
it's
yeah.
beyond us. I'm trying. So like what I've been doing lately, it's pretty good. I try to read a lot of like philosophers' quotes, like what's his name, like Marcus Aurelius, fucking Socrates. There's this other badass one, dude. I'm trying to think of his fucking name.
Vin Diesel.
Yeah, family.
It's all about that family, dude.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
Yeah, dude. Fuck that guy.
Right?
He's so fucking lame.
Hey, but he's laughing to the bank, dude, with all those Fast and the Furious movies.
Well, he's gonna laugh when he's not gonna laugh when he goes bankrupt because everyone like within the next year or two is gonna be like, okay, dude, like all that money he's gonna spend on this next movie for his budget is gonna go to shit because no one's gonna want to watch it because everyone's fucking fed up. Next thing you know, these guys are gonna have fucking SpaceX fucking shuttles going to fucking space fighting with aliens. Get the fuck out of here. You guys are still gonna make like 10 more movies. I seen it. It's articles about that everywhere.
Hey.
He's planning on making 10 more movies.
Well, I think once he realizes that he can't make money off them anymore, then he'll stop. But dude, he has to still be making money off them.
But it's like Tyson when he was out of his prime and he's like, I have respect for the sport. I'm not gonna dilute it like that by fighting for just money.
Yeah.
Like I feel like an actor should have that same discipline. Like that movie was great. Don't fucking.
They went super like worldwide about it. Like I think it was, you could go worldwide about it, but I think they went too far. Once The Rock came in, and then what's that actor? That badass actor from Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. What's his name?
I have no idea.
From Snatch. That English actor, dude.
Oh, Jason Bateman or something.
Jason Statham.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
I said Bateman. That's the guy from Ozarks.
Yeah. But dude, those are badass actors, right? But they went a little too ham on the action. Like the action just became unrealistic.
Yeah, I know.
And I get it. The first movie was, I don't know if it was, no, it wasn't unrealistic.
No, dude, the first 3-4 movies were the shit, dude.
Especially the first two.
I love the first two. Paul Walker was fucking dope.
Paul Walker, and then the second one, Tyrese was in it.
I even liked the one where he was in Japan. I thought that one was sick. A lot of people hated it.
That was Tokyo Drift with the guy from Texas, right?
People hated that one, and I thought it was so dope.
I hated it for the longest time. I didn't want to like the movie. Then I watched it one day, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I like this guy, yeah.
Yeah, especially when you watch their new movies, you're like, okay, this actually pertains to racing.
Yeah.
And that was actually the most racing it got.
Yeah.
That was legit racing, and legit a more realistic scenario. I mean, you're in fucking Japan, for Christ's sake. You know what I'm saying?
But, dude, the first movie is all-time favorite.
Oh, yeah.
You could quote that whole movie, dude.
Yeah, I know.
That whole movie.
Winning is winning.
And then there's a scene where with the tuna, he's like, bullshit, asshole. No one eats the tuna.
Hey,
yeah, I do.
Was it Ja Rule? He's like, Monica.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that was funny, dude. Hey, dude, did you hear that fucking, what's his name, Ja Rule? He had like a concert or some shit.
The Fire Festival. I was thinking about that.
And everyone booed him off, and he was like, hey, can you search that up or no? Can you search that up or no? Yeah. Search that shit up, dude. I feel like people need to see about this shit.
About the Fire Festival?
Yeah, I guess how he got booed off stage or something. That guy's fucking hated, dude. Literally, they hate that guy now. Everywhere you go, they fucking hate him. I know like 50 Cent has had the beef with him for like a long fucking time, huh?
Oh, but Ja Rule has some badass songs, dude.
Like what, dude?
Dude, the one for Fast that they have on Fast and the Furious. It's my... I forgot how the song goes. It's murder. That one.
That might have been cool, but only because he was copying DMX. So
I guess I get what you're saying.
I probably thought it was
but
DMX.
they have a similar voice. Yeah, it sounds like DMX at first.
Yeah, but he's literally stole DMX rhythm. Like DMX, how he goes like, oof, oof, you know, and then he goes like, like that. Like he does that too. Like DMX is a creator of that. That's actually his style. Like I never heard anyone else with DMX is like, dude, I think one of the most original rappers.
What
there
video
is.
was it? Ja Rule.
I have no idea. What thought you knew?
They have
Just put
Ja
Ja
Rule
Rule gets booed off stage or some shit like that. He's looking like, wait, what? Like, and I think like you can hear like crickets, dude. Like no one was pumped. Like everyone was like, dude, get the fuck out of here, bro. Yeah, dude. They fucking hate him, bro. No one likes his ass anymore. He's fucking done, bro.
Says Ja Rule fans cuss out Ja Rule for
All
Fire
right.
Festival.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's see.
Hold up, dude. How do we let me see.
Yeah,
Nah,
dude.
dude, but that first movie was so good,
Oh,
dude.
you know who went through some shit like that recently too? Kid Cudi.
Oh, he got booed?
Yeah, so you know how Kid Cudi and Kanye are having some sort of beef because Kid Cudi was being cool with Pete Davidson, and Pete Davidson was smashing Kim Kardashian. Smashing Kardashian, and Kanye's dumbass. I don't know why I love Kanye, dude, but why do you think that Kim was a good option? I really wish. So like he did this thing with this chick called Candace Owens. You know who she is? She's like a Republican chick. She's a black chick. And they hate her so
I
much.
think I've heard of her. She came out in I feel like she came out in Joe Rogan's
Most likely.
podcast.
They hate her so much because she's like a black Republican. So she's catching a lot of heat from like
Man, we gonna watch some documentaries and shit. Y'all might be a little mad at me. I'm here to say something. And I want y'all to repeat after me. And get it out your fucking system, because we ain't gonna do this shit for the rest of the year. So get your motherfucking middle fingers up. And let me hear you say, fuck you, Ja Rule. Say, fuck you, Ja Rule.
this is not it.
Say, fuck you, Ja Rule.
I think at this point he got leverage out of how much they hate him.
Man, we gonna watch some documentaries and shit.
Yeah, I think he was trying to, because people were cussing him out while he was on stage, and I think he tried to make it a thing like, oh fuck you, Ja Rule, like to try to
Like let's go Brandon.
make things better, you know?
Like let's go Brandon, right?
What's Let's Go Brandon?
You don't know what let's go Brandon is?
No.
Jesus Christ. That's how I know that the refinery thing is real, man. Everyone in the refinery knows let's go Brandon. So let's go Brandon is I think it was like a NASCAR event or something. It was a race of NASCAR. And you know, a lot of like country folk, a lot of like rednecks and shit like that, they love NASCAR. They love racing. And that shit, I mean, I think it's dope too, you know what I'm saying? But realistically that's who they like more, like the white country folk, right?
Mm.
And well, obviously they lean more towards the Trump side, right? So there was a race and they were interviewing one of the racers, and everyone in the crowd was saying, "Fuck Joe Biden," and they're like, "Oh wow," the crowd saying, "Let's go Brandon." They didn't want to say the crowd saying, "Oh fuck Joe Biden," so even Biden was like, "Yeah, let's go Brandon." He did the same thing Ja Rule just did. He kind of like went with the flow, I guess, to try to kind of dissimulate a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Try
no.
to sugarcoat it. But you
Everyone hates you, buddy. I just say, okay, I know you guys hate me. Fuck it, whatever.
Yeah, I never I understood like that Ja Rule, like he sounds like DMX, but I never like put them together, you know, like that he was copying his cadence or the way he raps.
He does, dude.
You think?
And some of the songs, yeah, and DMX called him out. He's like, hey, dude.
Because DMX to me is like he's his own thing.
He is, but that's the thing. He's so original. So when you hear this guy,
because I feel like it's the same thing, like saying like how I told you about that Ghostface Killer doesn't like Action Bronson because he feels like he took some of his.
Do you think he did or no?
No, they just have their voices are like kind of like that little bit higher pitch.
See, I can tell Action Bronson is like a chubby guy. So he has that chubby guy voice, and I actually feel chubby guys have a great voice for rapping.
And the way he
I don't think it
raps
sounds
is
like-
different
and his-
than to, I guess.
His beats too.
Yeah,
I
like,
can see how they have like that, like, kind of like New Yorkish style. Like it sounds like New Yorker.
yeah,
but
their cadence is kind of similar. But then again, I mean, I'm
All
sure
New York hip-hop
Action
is, dude.
Bronson has influence from Wu-Tang Clan, has influence from these other guys, but I think there's like I don't know, maybe that Ghostface Killah, his ego was kind of like hurt a little bit or something.
yeah,
or-
he's in the closet, so he feels like he's probably his
but
ego.
that's the thing.
Insecurity.
He's a legend, dude. Like,
Yeah,
that's
but-
what I don't get. Like, that shows you how your legends are still fucking.
You know what they say? Never meet your idols.
Yeah.
So, dude, I mean,
It's just like, yeah, it's like thinking that, like Darren Malakian, you know, from System of a Down. That's my favorite guitarist of all time.
yeah,
Yeah,
for
like,
sure.
on Earth, and saying like, oh, he hates, or he's hating. He's saying that I stole something from him because I played a certain way in a song.
That would suck.
That would suck. It'd
That
be
would
like,
hurt your
dude,
soul, I think.
no. And I feel like a guy like that would understand. Like,
You see, a true artist will understand that art is passed down and it's
Dude.
modified. It's never original, dude.
that's why I love.
As much as you want to say it's original, it's not.
That's why I love, dude. That
Music,
the interview.
canvases, no.
I posted it this week on my Snapchat. It was an interview of the guitar System of a Down, Darren, and it was an interview for the Ernie Ball. It's the guitar string company.
Yeah.
And he's talking about music, and he specifically says that it's like music. I like the
Wait, Darren said that?
yeah. He was saying
Awesome.
how
Okay.
if the music that I'm playing, he does the music that he plays for himself.
Yeah.
If once he's happy with the music that he's created and he puts it out to the world, that means like he really loved that music himself, that he decided to share with the world. And if that
He's
music
being true to himself.
true to himself, and
Yeah.
and if that music resonates with someone in the world, and that one person becomes famous and is a musician or something because of inspiration from Darren, then that's he did his job, you know.
Dude,
like,
that's so humble, man.
like he did, like that's music, like it gets passed down, and I hear it, dude. I'll hear it like in music when I'm listening to music. Like I don't know if I brought it up in other podcast episodes, but like when I listen to Red Hot Chili Peppers and for some reason I'm like really grooving with this album, and I'll be listening to say some music from the 60s or 70s, like the Kings or something, and then I'll hear an interview of the artist, and they'll be like, oh yeah, my inspiration during this album was this band and this band. I'm like, what? Like,
Dude, take someone like Rage Against the Machine, and they're singing like guerrilla warfare, and they're just pouring their heart out. They're pouring that emotion out, and then take someone like Maroon 5. Maroon 5 used to be not bad,
yeah,
but takes Maroon 5 mainstream now. You know who's singing with heart and who's not, bro.
yeah, it gets watered down.
And guess what, dude? When I listen to guerrilla warfare, I feel it. I feel like his emotion just flowed onto me, and I could just feel it.
Guerrilla Radio, that one.
Oh yeah, did I say guerrilla warfare?
Yeah,
Stupid.
Like
Yeah,
that,
Guerrilla Radio. Yeah, there you go.
turn that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then he's just like kind of just fucking ranting, and he's just like he's feeling it,
Nah,
bro.
you feel the energy of the entire band. Like
Yeah,
fucking-
I know.
the vocalist comes in, the guitar,
and
the
System of a
bass.
Down has the same situation.
Yep.
Dude, fucking Slayer. The guy goes like, ah! I think he just said like, I'm gonna just scream my emotion, buddy. Yeah, like literally. There's time where I'm like, is that the guitar? And you're like, I think I
It's
told you.
him
this.
screaming.
I was like, bro, I was like, is that a solo? He's like, no, dude, that's him screaming. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like, are you serious? He's like, I'm like, damn, dude. Like, oh shit, bro.
You're like, holy shit, I feel it.
I'm like, all right, buddy. I think I know what you're going through right now.
You're like, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and Rammstein, like, I don't know, dude. That's what I love about metal. I feel like metal guys pour their hearts out, and I see
And
I
other
see
music too, but this we just resonate with that music more.
that. Do you
know?
listen to country or no?
Dude, country I don't listen to that much. The only country I listen to is older, so I'll listen to Merle Haggard, Johnny Cash. Those are
Yeah.
my main ones. Merle Haggard, Johnny Cash. There's some Willie Nelson, some Waylon Jennings. Those are like the older guys.
Oh yeah. Well, I heard those are the best.
Some badass shit.
So
dude.
I had a conversation with like when the refineries,
Yeah.
a lot of people travel from down south up north, and they're working as a travelers, and I've been talking to a lot of them, dude, and a lot of them, bro, they like, I was like, they talk about country and hunting and this and that, and then and I'm like, like just trying to find some sort of common ground because I'm a urban ass cowboy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, what about Johnny Cash, man? He's good, huh? And they're like, dude, come on, dude. That's like
yeah.
that's like saying Vicente Fernandez is like the only ranchera guy.
Yeah.
You got Javier Solis, you got Jose Alfredo Jimenez. I thought was the GOAT. They got all those guys. They got Pedro Infante.
There's always gonna be one guy that got the most fame and like.
There's one that's
attention.
a cover of it. So when you hear like someone bring him up, you're like, okay, dude, like he's the cover, like obviously, right?
Yeah.
So when I told him that, I'm like, dude, I was like, really? He's like, dude, he's like, I don't think he's that great. He's all right. He's like, I like the older guys, the original country people, man. They sing the realest shit. And I'm like, dude, how don't you? I'm like, dude, even the cover that Johnny Cash did for 9 Inch Nails, Hurt.
Yeah.
Well, I did hear the 9 Inch Nails version of it. It is dope
It's
too.
cool
though.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, it does have like I don't know, it's cool as fuck.
It's like a creepier.
Yeah, it's
like,
creepy,
Yeah.
but it's dope. And then, but I heard Johnny Cash singing. I'm like, damn, this is sick, bro.
He
This
snapped.
song is
He
so
did a
dope.
good job.
Oh, the song, what's it called? When the man comes around, or
Oh, God's gonna cut you down.
no, when the man comes around. It's like when the man comes around, hear the trumpet, hear the piper.
Oh, I gotta
Huh?
listen to it now.
No, dude, are you
I
serious?
don't think I've heard that.
It comes
one.
out in the beginning of Dawn of the Dead, and it scared the fuck out of me because, dude, that song is actually biblical. He's singing about the apocalypse, the end of times, the end of days. That's why they put that song in Dawn of the Dead, because it's apocalypse. It's the dead are rising, like the Bible says, and that's what that song is talking about. It's talking about apocalypse.
Dude,
And I've always been so into the apocalypse, the Book of Revelations, Nostradamus predictions. I would spend hours of my life when we first had our little PC and shit and slow as internet. I remember I let the video load for like 10 minutes. I'd watch Nostradamus videos, History Channel.
I remember when you were deep into Nostradamus. Dude.
Yeah, dude. I love it. He had some pretty interesting shit to say. Was it bullshit? I don't know, dude.
Some of it, yeah, but I mean, it's just someone's predictions.
Yeah, I mean, you could say the same about the Aztecs. They had their predictions just based off astronomy.
Yeah.
Same thing with Nostradamus. That's their connection. Off astronomy is where they got the predictions. And I don't know, and most likely drugs too. I don't know.
Dude, I'm still on the Johnny Cash thing and my one of my go-to Johnny Cash songs when I do karaoke and at a bar, obviously.
Can I guess it or no?
Guess it.
Ring of Fire?
No.
Fuck. Okay.
Cocaine Blues.
Fuck. I don't think I've heard that one.
Listen to that song.
It's good?
I bet your guys at the refinery will love that song too.
Yeah?
It's a good song. It's like a 2-minute song.
Damn.
He goes, early one morning while making the rounds, I took a shot of cocaine and I shot that woman down.
Damn.
Yeah, no,
oh, it
like,
sounds dope
that's
already.
that's how he starts in the beginning, dude. And it's like that dun 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 dun.
Yeah,
dun,
banjo.
Dun. Yeah.
No.
Dude, that music, I think because we're because our Mexican and
we're urban, dude.
No, because we're Mexican and like the area that we're from, the music that people really vibe with is rancheras.
Yes.
And this music is like it's like the same thing, dude. Like some Johnny Cash songs, they have that same dun dun dun.
I have to
dun,
add
dun.
to that.
Yeah.
So my dad, he's obsessed with trio. Trio is
Like
very
the three
the three dudes, and one might have a fucking harmonica, or I don't know what
Yeah.
the fuck, or the guy that he's just playing like a guitar. You just hear the little guitar strings.
Yeah.
I gotta say that's gotta be pretty dead nuts close to country.
Yep.
And the style of it, and that's what I tell when I work with like the hillbillies and shit. I'll be like, I call them hillbillies, and I know it's offensive, but I'm like, bro, you know what, dude? I'm like, I say it with the.
They get where you're coming from. They get what
I
you're
explain
saying.
it. I'm not just rude and just say it. I'll say, you know what, dude? I was like, please don't get offended, but I gotta say, I respect the hillbillies, because when we go to Mexico, that's what they call my family. They call them hillbillies because they're from El Cerro, from the hill. So they you know, it's like a connotation, you know. Is that how you say it? Or like
But people use it as a negative thing.
yeah, well that's what that is, no, a connotation or whatever. Like
Yeah, negative connotation.
yeah, a negative connotation. Like they took one, you know, like what you are, but they said it in a negative way.
Yeah.
Like yeah, like when you go to our town, like the people from the town will call people from the hills la gente del cerro, and they usually refer to them like as like people with like savage ass people, like people with no manners, no respect and this and that. And I gotta say, like I've met them, and they're very respectful people, have
Yeah.
manners, some of the best people out there, and
And honestly, there's like, dude, like from my dad's side, obviously from the ranch, and from my mom's side, my grandma's side, I think are more for like would be considered hillbilly, right?
yeah, dude.
So everybody has it in their lineage. I feel like I don't know if everybody, but at least we do.
So
Yeah.
so and you know, and I guess I'll get into this. That's why our name is Bloody Roots, because so you know, I was into this band, and this band is called Sepultura, and this guy from work was just jamming out, and dude, they sounded so sick, dude. I'm like,
Oh, and that's the first song you gotta hear when you listen to something.
and I didn't hear that song first. I heard like Refuse Resist or something. Which
another
is
awesome
sick
song
too, and then their songs are just dope, right? But then I heard Roots, Bloody Roots, and when I heard that, it hit home. I'm like thinking about a rancho and shit, and me chopping shit up with the sickle with my dad, and I'm like, damn, dude, like this shit like just brings me back to home, dude.
You better
So,
put that song on when you guys go to Mexico, dude.
yeah, I know, dude. Like I'm like just roll through. I'm probably get shot down or something. Like what the fuck is crazy ass dude right here? So Roots, Bloody Roots, and that's actually our logo too. So the Godinez family, they come from El Rancho called El Palo Rado. Well, most of the Godinez family, you know,
Yep.
like Hector's side of the Godinez, Palo Rado. Our side of the Godinez, El Palo Rado. That there, and what that means is a tree with a iron shot. So a tree with the iron shot.
Like the horseshoe you're saying?
Yeah, but they call it an iron shot too, no? Isn't that like a horseshoe? Isn't that what that is?
I don't know. I'm sure you know more than me.
No, dude, I most likely don't. I'm so bad with my vocabulary. Yeah, it's a horseshoe.
Yeah.
Iron shot, yeah, it's a horseshoe. I don't know, maybe it's the same thing. I
Yeah.
don't know. I translated it. It said iron shot, but anyways, I guess there was a time where there was like a revolution, right? My dad always calls it la revolución cristera. It's like I think it's when the government was trying to eliminate religion from Mexico. So there was revolutionaries literally defending the Catholicism in Mexico. The
So
government,
people died there in the ranch.
Dude.
Yeah.
dude, our relatives have gotten hanged for that. Did you know that? So there's bloody history right there, 100% in El Palo Rado and in those areas of Jalisco and shit. They like people died, and our family died for that shit too. So it's pretty interesting. I guess what they did, from what I can understand, I believe they hung a horseshoe on a tree to signify like a checkpoint. So it was just a checkpoint, a reference. I'm not sure if it pertains to that war in particular or a war from way back then, but moral story is they labeled a tree with a horseshoe. And there it is, El Palo Rado. So when you see that tree with the horseshoe, you knew you're in Palo Rado. So I'm like, damn, I'm like, dude, that's.
And I didn't know that till we like the whole thing of you when you created the logo and we talked about naming it Bloody Roots.
And you gotta admit, it sounded so.
Dude, it was perfect. Yeah.
Right? I'm like, fuck, dude. I'm so proud of the history and shit and where we come from. And I'm telling you right now, like, and that's why, back to the hillbillies. I'm like, dude, I'm like, I don't want to hear nothing, bro. I'm like, my dad's a hillbilly. My dad's a Mexican hillbilly. And that's just the fucking truth. You're a survivor just like my dad is. You'll butcher a cow just like my dad would. You'll butcher a pig just like my dad would. You'll
Yeah.
build your own fucking house just like my dad would. Dude, my dad with my grandpa, they build their own houses. They're still standing to this day. They're like over 50 years old. You know what I'm saying? And my grandpa built them, like they built adobe houses and all that shit. Like, dude, they know how to do everything. They're
No,
badasses.
it's amazing, dude. Yeah.
It's amazing. So when people say like they're degenerates, they're like they're hillbillies.
You're
They're
saying like city people to
city people look at them like trash, like they're disgusting, dirty, like fuck chicken fuckers and shit. Like, yeah, dude, they
Dude.
yeah, dude, they're fucking. They talk mad shit, bro, and it just infuriates me. I have so much pride, and you know what, dude? It's like tables are turning, buddy. El Commander, yo soy de rancho. Now it's so cool to be from the ranch, like
People
Yellowstone.
throw on cowboy boots and a hat and
Yeah.
think they're country, dude.
People get a lasso and throw it at their dog and like, hell yeah, buddy, I'm the shit, you know? Like, oh, really? Like, you're ashamed to have family from El Rancho, and now it's cool?
Yeah.
It's fucking, it's so much hypocrisy, but guess what, dude? I mean, we stay true to ourselves, to our roots, and it shows, and it's going to keep showing. And I'm proud of it, and I think that had it not been my dad's upbringing, I don't think I've had I'd put in the effort I do now in my everyday task,
Yeah.
or in my manhood, in my pride,
It bleeds through in everything you do now. Yeah.
for sure, and therefore, bloody roots.
Bloody roots.
So I'm like, okay, you know what? I know it's a song, and they meant it for their roots of Brazilian roots, and this resonates so good with Hector and I. We come from the same blood, and we come from the same roots, the roots of El Palorado. So
Yeah.
there you go. That's the birth of that right there.
Dude.
And I think we're gonna end this episode with that. But
Now that was a good way to end it, dude.
yeah, everyone knows now, and yeah, dude, that's the way we roll right here.
Yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles.
The cookie, fucking what's
Bruce
that?
Almighty.
Bruce Almighty, badass movie.
Well, yeah, guys. Sorry, last week we had a little bit of a hiccup, but we're back to podcasting again. We'll be back next week.
For sure.
See ya.
Deuces.